3-year play. This is a 5, 6, 7, 8-year play to truly be able to flip the script. Okay, Gary Vee had a chokehold on the business niche for the longest time until he decided to slow down. Okay, and the same thing is going to happen to Alex. He's going to have to start trimming costs or cutting people from the team. It's going to die down if business ever dips or his mindset shifts. There's going to become a lull, and that's where we will rise up. So we're going to keep low cost. And I just want to be clear, like, this is a normal, like, business strategy on, like, high level. Like, I'm talking like Fortune 500 companies. Like, if you think about, like, MailChimp, they were profitable from the start. MailChimp had a slim team, less than 50 employees, and they had tons. Like, at one time, there were 12 other, like, VC-funded email service providers trying to beat MailChimp, and because they had their profit margins high, they were able to withstand more seasons, and they sold for like $19 billion. Craigslist at one point had really low cost, high profit margins, and they passed eBay and then it went to shit. So like Craigslist is a bad example. But this is like a common theme. Keep your costs low, keep your profit margins high, and try to withstand time so that whenever the giants have something fall through, that's whenever you explode through the roof. And so just something to think about. We're also potentially going to counter position with more AI business models to ride that wave in the 5 to 7 year range, a bunch of different things like that. There are already creators starting to do this in the space, but none of them have truly been able to crack the code, and we'll see if they actually do. Every course on the internet is a scam. Whether you like it or not, it is the truth. And I say that because I read a stat, or I listened to a stat that said 8% of people that pay for an online program will make it through successfully. Now here's the catch. That 8%, it doesn't matter who the creator is, what the course is. That's an industry standard all the way across. Doesn't matter how good the course is or how bad the course is. So that tells us something. It's not about the course, it's about the person taking the course. I heard someone say, courses don't work, people make courses work. Are you the type of person that is in that 8% that will make a course work for them? Okay? So many people are like, scam online. I have paid for 3 or 4 courses, and it has led me to go from $3K a month to $40K a month because I know what I'm paying for and I actively make it happen. It might only move me up 3 to 4% in my career, but if I see that and I keep attacking over 10 years and I keep investing in myself, it's game over. Be the 8%. Courses are scams if you are not the type of person that makes a course work. Find a creator that you really, really trust, that has a large following because you know that they've earned the trust. It's in your niche, and don't be afraid to invest in yourself, okay? Courses aren't scams. They work if you make them work. Okay, what makes a great personal brand? First, I've worked with like 5 or 6 very large personal brands, like 3 to 7 million followers, from a Navy SEAL that you all know, a like biohacker you probably all know, a bodybuilder you probably all know, and there are specific ingredients that make a great personal brand. For them, that's actually different than for the average person watching this video. Now, we're gonna break it down into 3 things, and this is for like your first year or 2. It changes completely if you have probably like 20,000 followers across platforms. So this is for your first year or 2, people just getting started. If you have 20,000 followers or more, like DM me for any questions of how you want to scale to 100,000 followers and more. But let's start with this. Number 1, you just have to start. Just start. Get over it. Find an account where nobody knows you and just start posting. Okay, we got that. Move that to the side. If you are not starting, there's literally nothing anybody can tell you besides start. Just start. Start posting. Now let's get into the details. Number 1, you need to think of brand pillars. Okay, I get this from Caleb Ralston, who is Alex Hormozi's old creative director and Gary Vee's old creative director. He kind of talks about, like, if you talk about 3 to 4 things over and over and over again and they are relevant, that is your brand. Okay, so you need to have your 3 brand pillars. Mine are business and mindset, business mindset, marketing and content marketing, and then I haven't really decided on my third one. It might be my faith, it might be golf, it might be wrestling and work ethic. I don't really know. Okay, but the first two are for sure my brand pillars. The next thing is your brand pillars need to have like niches all the way down. So like whenever I talk business mindset, I talk more so work ethic, because that's like a very specific part of business mindset, work ethic and risk, that I'm really passionate about. So I'm going to talk about that more. My marketing and content, everyone talks about storytelling. I'm going to lean more into like AI automations and data, which you're actually going to see later in this video. So get down 3 to 4 brand pillars. Let's just do a quick exercise. You want to reverse engineer this of who you want to be known as and who do you want to be known for. Okay, that's another thing from Caleb Ralston. And you have to make it like realistic. Like I know so many of you guys want to be like YouTubers and gamers. Okay, like great. If you want to make serious money, you need to conquer a niche that's like gardening or freaking architecture or chopping trees. I'm not even kidding. All 3 of those are probably better niches to build a personal brand off of than just like some hobby like video games. Video games very well could be, but just clipping you playing is not the right direction. It's having these brand pillars. Okay, next, you want to counter position against popular people in your niche. Okay, so for me, I am in this like online business niche, okay, specifically marketing, but I'm competing with a lot of these guys who are young, they wear these Van Cleef bracelets, they drive Porsche 911s, and they all sell an info course, okay? That just is what it is. I live a very modest lifestyle, okay? I live in Omaha, Nebraska. I drive a 2005 Lexus. I am very shocked about the fact that I'm making 40 grand a month. That is my counter positioning. I don't sell you anything. And I'm just going to be like, holy, like, how is this happening to me? Because that's how I feel. That is literally how I feel. How is this happening? And what that does is that gives a refreshing angle for you to slide into the market. Okay? If I try to go against Ben Bader and go against Rob the Bank and go against Jimmy Farley and go against XYZ, TJR, all these people, they're going to be like, oh, it's just another guy. And that's also not who I am. Okay, so like Bryson DeChambeau, a great example of counter positioning. He's a little bit more of this like edgy golfer. Phenomenal idea. Who's another good example of someone who's counter positioned? Even Andrew Huberman, that's like a long time ago, but like his counter position was really good. He took this medical place